It's 6 o'clock on Monday morning. We had a southerly land breeze overnight, but it's just about died out. I haven't checked this morning's forecast yet, but I will in a minute. And we're still likely to have more of the same. Sea breeze like conditions. So no rush at getting going this morning. It's 8:30, still no sign of any significant wind. Might be a very light southerly way out there. Nothing obvious here apart from a whole pile of swallows. Well, I can feel some breaths of wind, not sure where it's actually coming from. We'll check the nowcasting. Oh, goodbye Paranui Bay. Well, we've got 15 knots of south coming out of Whangaruru Bay, so hopefully we'll keep that to Cape Brett. Well, they'll be stronger here because there's no significant hills in the way. Oh, there's Omakiwi Cove. Wind's already dropped back a bit, even just under this ridge. Looking towards the Albert Channel. Whangamumu Island is on our left, and looking back down to Russell, Tapeka Point. Then next to us is Roberton, Mota Ria, Motakiki, and then Waipara Island and Whangamumu on the right. We have Whangamumu Bay on Whangamumu Island. Albert Channel's through there. It's the exit from the inner Bay of Islands going east. Rafferty's up there under the hill. Probably only doing 2 knots. Well, the wind has been up and down all over the place, but currently we're on a apparent wind close reach, true wind reach, and making reasonable progress again. Now there's the east side of Whangamumu Island with its cliffs. Waipara is the greener one, and then Redhead Island, and then looking across to the north shore of the Bay of Islands, and can make out the Cavallies. There's Piercy Island, getting some pretty good gusts coming down off the hills to windward. It continues to be very gusty. We'll go around the outside of Piercy Island. There's Cape Brett Lighthouse, the old keeper's cottage in the cove. Oh, one of our last glimpses of the Bay of Islands. We started to get headed or have a knock, meaning the wind's going a little bit to the east, so tacked onto port, and theoretically it will continue going east, but we'll always wait and see. A bit bumpy. We're going into, of course, the southerly that swells, or waves that have been here overnight, but we're starting to see a mammoth again, and there's the Cape Brett light again. The tourist boat is going past. Gives you an idea of the size or scale. Right, we're starting to see the hole. So that yacht with just the Janara up has been beside us for not long after the Albert Channel, and I'm sure was motoring previously, as it used to draw ahead every time the wind dropped down. Well, they're definitely motor sailing. Still, we're being slowed by now going straight into the old southerly seas. We're past the cliffs now. And there's a work up. I suppose now we've slowed down a bit, I can put the Kawai lure out. It's 12 o'clock, the wind has swung further to the east, so expecting it to go further east. I've eased off about 15 degrees. We're running a wind angle and turn the autopilot sensitivity down to 2. Normally I run it at 5, and that should produce less effort on its part. Over where our friend is with just the Janara up is the entrance to Whangamumu harbour. There's looking into Whangamumu, and that green patch is at the head of the harbour. It does a dog leg inside, and surprisingly you don't get that much swelling. Well, the easterly hasn't come in as much as I'd like, so we're back being close hauled again. Hoping it will allow us to get round the end of Home Point, which is here, there, when the easterly does kick in a bit more. This is Taupo Bay from the South Peninsula of Whangamumu, all the way round to Home Point, which is there by the winch handle. And we've got a pinnacle of rock sticking up there. We've stopped a few places in here, but it's not somewhere likely to ever spend the night. Well, it's been slow going across Taupo Bay, and although we keep getting lifted, we haven't been lifted enough at the moment to clear Home Point, but we live in hope. I put in a short tack to clear Home Point. We have the southern peninsula of Whangamumu harbour on the left, and Piercy, a hole in the rock island, on the right. Oh, there's a lagoon with a code 0 up. Well, there's Home Point, and then behind it is the other side of the entrance into Bland Bay, and then around that one is into Whangaruru. You might be able to make out Danger Rock in the distance, so we'll get out to about there, avoid it, and then head into Mimiwhangata, which is about centre of picture. Here we are looking into Bland Bay. So there's a motor camp there, which is mostly what you can see. Across the narrow isthmus behind the beach is actually Whangaruru harbour, and so this area of hills and cliffs is actually a peninsula. Here's looking back at Home Point. The wind is still veering, that's the wind shift alarm, and it's not particularly strong, so it really hasn't been CATMANTOO's best point of sail, being close hauled in lightish winds and a somewhat lumpy sea. Now we're looking into the houses of Bland Bay. We have Danger Rock off the starboard bow, so it's deep on the seaward side, and there is a reef obviously on the land side. For the first time since Hole in the Rock Island, we're not close haul. We're doing a close reach. The sea is relatively calm, a little bit of a swell from two directions, and the sun's come back out again, so very pleasant finally. Mind you, it's just about 3 o'clock, so it's taken a long time to reach this pleasant state of affairs. Nothing's ended up on our lure yet. Oh, here is the northern entrance into Whangaruru harbour. We have Whangaruru on the southern shore of the entrance, and then there's Henry Island, which sits in the middle of the entrance. Up ahead is Mimiwhangata, and we'll be heading for the left-hand end of that big beach. Oh, there's Rimariki Island. You can either go outside or inside. And out in the distance is the Poor Knights Islands. Looking all the way back to Piercy Island, Home Point, and then around into Whangaruru harbour, looking up into the harbour, Henry Island, and on the beach is Whangaruru. Down here is Helena Bay and a few other ones. Mimiwhangata Bay is getting closer. Well, the wind has finally gone to the east. Of course, It's not very strong, 7 knots. We are getting closer to our destination. We're coming into the anchorage at the east end of Mimiwhangata Bay. Bit of a shallow reefy patch running out from this more obvious reef and rocks. Quite shallow up there, but let's just see how far we can go. Anchored east end Mimiwhangata Bay. Through the rocks is Whangaruru harbour. We've got fowl about halfway over to the shore on this side. We've got another boat arriving.